With Parshas Veyakel Pekudei, we are finishing not only Sefer Shmos, but we're finishing these 5 Parshias, Truma Tetzavik Yissocher Veyakel Pekudei, that deal with the Mishkan, the building of the Mishkan, the accounting of the Mishkan, the Kalim of the Mishkan. Now one can wonder, this is awfully repetitious, over and over and over again, what they did and what they brought and what they make, etc., etc. And the truth of the matter is, there's no take-home lesson from this. Because in Mirz Hashem, the next Beis HaMikdash is going to come down min hashamayim. And I assume the Kalim also will come down min hashamayim. So there is really no point in knowing us how the menorah is supposed to look. For those of you who are learning the Daf Yomi, so today's Daf, when I gave the shir, was on Daf Chof Tes, in which the Gemara describes the different menorah, how intricate it was, and where the prochim were, etc., etc. It's all very nice, but we're probably not going to need that knowledge. So then why does the Torah have to go over and over and over again? So the Ramban comments on this. The Ramban says that the Rebbeinu Shalom is trying to express to Klal Yisrael how much he appreciates their efforts. And it's like when someone goes ahead and gives you a very precious gift. So you'll go back to it and you'll repeat it and you'll tell people, they gave me this gift, it's a beautiful gift. So this is showing the Rebbeinu Shalom's appreciation as Ava to Klal Yisrael for making the Mishkan. But there is, I think, a lesson that there is a take-home lesson. There has to be. So what is the take-home lesson? Perhaps one of the take-home lessons are, it's a very strange thing. They built the Mishkan, the Kalim, with Zohav, Kesef, and Achaishes, etc., etc. It was a beautiful, beautiful building, beautiful Kalim, inspiring, the Menorah, Shulchan, etc., etc., the Kruvim. But what did they cover the Mishkan with? They covered them with hides of animals. Now, one could think, they should cover it with something else. I mean, hides? Even if they colored the hides, but still, shouldn't a better exterior? You look today, Rabbi said shuls, and, they're beautiful on the outsides and the insides, marble or whatever it may be, and the expensive material on the outside as well. So why did they go ahead and resort to hides to cover the Mishkan? The answer is that the Torah is telling us a lesson. It tells actually a Rashi in Parshas Truma, and the lesson is something that's so anti-America, anti-Western civilization, and that is, if you have it, flaunt it. Yiddishkeit is of the opinion, if you have it, do not flaunt it. Yes, the Mishkan inside is beautiful. It's gold and silver and copper, etc. But that's on the inside. On the outside, cover it. Don't go ahead and show it off. Don't show it off. And keep it hidden. And that, Rabbi say, is a very important concept in Yiddishkeit. And unfortunately, it flies today in the face of the current motif, the current way people live. If they have it, they do flaunt it. The extravagance that people go to. It's an old story. We've been talking about this for years. The weddings and the simchas. I just was reading about what people do for Wachtnacht. Vachnach is the night before their bris milah, where I'll be meeting at least the father's supposed to stay up and learn the whole night. That's difficult under those circumstances, but the minig is that you come and you say Kriya Shema by the baby's crib, and you say Amalach HaGoyal Simi Kol Ra. I mean, I didn't have a Vachnach, I don't think, and I don't think I even made a Vachnach for my sons. But when my son had a son, they made a Vachnach. So who was the Vachnach? They got the kids from the neighborhoods, and they went in and sang Shema Yisrael. They sang Hamalach HaGoyalasi, and then they gave out the kids little packages, treats, this and that. V'noimar Amen. So recently I read that there are people that go ahead and have a catered affair in a hall, like a chasana or like a vort. Don't do that. It's not necessary. It's a waste of money. You want to show your appreciation to the Rebbeinu Shalom? So give tzedakah. But don't have catered affairs. For a vachnach? That's crazy. Why do people do it? I think the people that make it is they're showing off. You'll be Michael me. And I think the people that come, well, sometimes you have to come, social graces, etc., but it's a good feel, it's a good meal. So two of the Kina Hatayv HaKovid, this is two of the three. It's Kovid for the person that's making it, and it's Taiva for the people that are having the meat boards. Well, that's not the way Yiddish are supposed to act. And let me share with you finally a medrash on a pasuk in Shir Hashirim. El ginas egais yorati lerois be'ive anochal. The Rebbe Hashem says, I went down to the ginas egais, the field of the garden of the nuts, egais. Says Rashi in Shir Hashirim, Loma nimshu Yisrael le'egais. Ma egais ata roya yisei kulaitz. You look at a nut, a walnut, an almond, a peanut. You look at it, it looks like it's wood, especially an almond, especially a walnut. It looks like a little ball of wood. Ve'nikr b'seichai. And you open it up, and there's delicious nuts inside, whatever it may be. You open up the nut, you crack the nut, and you find delicious food. Kach Yisrael tzenuin v'anvasin maseyim. Kach Yisrael is tzanua, they don't show off. They're modest. Ve'en talmideyim shabahen nikorin. And Talmid Chacham are particularly careful not to show off in public who they are. Ve'en misparin lahachriz al shivchan. They don't go ahead and brag who they are. So therefore, Klal Yisrael is nimshal to an egais. If you got it, do not flaunt it. Cover it. Keep it badekt, like the Mishkan. Goat hairs to cover the Mishkan. I'm reminded of a story I once heard that Rav Henkin Zecher Tzadik Livracha, when he was in Europe, he went to speak, I forgot who it was, a shayla to one of the Gedolim, the Paiskim, and he was waiting to get in. And in the anteroom, the waiting room, whatever, there was a Yid. And so the Rav Henkin asked the Yid, he says, what do you do? He says, I have a little store. And he asked him, do you learn? He says, when I have time. Fine. When Rav Henkin saw how this paisik that they were going to was treating this person. Who is this fellow? It turned out he was the Chazon Ish before he came to Eretz Yisrael. Do you learn? Yeah, when I have time. I, the Chazon Ish, do kol haTeira kula. You have Chazon Ish on every Masechta. You have Chazon Ish on Dalet Chalkei Shulchan Aruch. You have Chazon Ish on Emunah B'tochen. But asked, do you learn? Yeah, when I have time, which is true, because he always had time to learn. That's how he has to act. Elgina's egais yaradati. Lama nimshlu Yisrael egais. My egais, you look at it, you think, what is it? A ball of wood. But you open it up and you see it's delicious.